Why, hello everyone, I'm your lovely host Innocent, and welcome to You Have 293 Keys. Or as I will now be saying from now on, you have a fuck ton of keys. This is a game I've kept seeing on itch.io, and I just decided to pick it up because I wanted something easy and simple to do because I'm stockpiling videos for a thing. So, you know. I'm not really I'm entirely sure what I'm getting myself into. Not entirely sure the controls. Oh, just mouse? Okay, yep, fuck ton of keys. Basically in this game, you try to unlock this door with your fuck ton of keys. Just get in. Is it that one? No. Fuck that key. Is it this one? Nope. And this is the game. Yep. I chose this game first out of my lineup that I've been wanting to do because I wanted to just talk relatively in the sense of I just have been doing things while I was sick. Like yesterday, you saw the speed paint for Heathers. I really like musicals, if you hadn't noticed. Probably you haven't, because Heathers was like the first one I've posted for my collection of musicals I like. I thought those were my feet, sorry. I really love musicals, and they're a big part of my life. When I was in high school, I was in many musicals for, like, theater. Well, not really high school either. More like middle school. Anyway. I was in a lot of theater productions, and they're an odd thing to talk about because I don't remember I don't think it's going to be this one. I don't remember most of them at all, actually, but I have very fond memories of, like, performing and being on stage. I actually have really bad stage fright, but not in the sense of what you see in movies, really. I just make myself extremely sick before the production of whatever I'm doing on stage. It could be a masquerade, it could be whatever, but I just get myself extremely worked up and sick, and I don't have any sense of what I'm doing in the time beforehand, and I'm just nervous and anxiety driven and ridden, and I'm really bad with stage fright. But when I'm on stage, I kind of forget all of my anxieties and I take on this new persona of whatever I'm supposed to be. Like, one of my favorite things was I got to be in Sweeney Todd, and that's one of my favorite musicals ever. And I got to be Mrs. Lovett. And for the time I was on stage, I kind of forgot who I was, and I got to be Mrs. Lovett. I got to be this British woman who just wants love in her life and is doing anything she can to get by, even if that is literally just cooking cats into meat pies. If you don't know Sweeney Todd, I can't explain that any better than I just did. But it's a really interesting experience to have that happen. And it's kind of like what I do on here, on YouTube. I kind of shut off my anxieties and I just do. I don't have a key... pun! I don't have anything set in mind of what I'm going to be doing or what I'm going to be talking about, really, when I do one of these Let's Plays, even though this is the most riveting Let's Play ever. But I don't really have anything in mind of what I'm doing or what I'm going to talk about, and it just kind of happens. That is basically my life on how I get through almost anything, really. Like, I have really bad anxiety, and I don't know what to do for most of the time, and I worry far more than I ever should about things that don't mean anything. But when acting or putting on a performance of any kind, I turn that off, and it's very therapeutic in a way. It's really hard to explain. But regardless, just recently I put that key in the ground. Come on. There we go. Anyway, as I was trying to say, just recently I got the opportunity to watch Dear Evan Hansen. It was a really good musical. I did not go into it thinking that it was going to be what it was, because beforehand I only watched one thing to even describe what it was, and that was the musical number of Sincerely Me. Yeah, that probably was not the song to get me into the musical, but it, what I thought of, oh no, not again. What I thought I was getting myself into was a musical about two gay lovers trying to hide it from the world, or something. I don't know. But what I got was, frankly, better, in my opinion. The character of Evan, I thought, was very well written. Okay, I can't get that key. Hopefully it's not that one. But most of the actions he took when I was young, putting myself in the situations he was in and putting myself to the age he was, I really felt as if I would, I understood exactly what he was going through, really, and most of the actions he took, if I was in his situation when I was that age, I probably would have taken as well. When I was younger, one of the lines, I'm doing it, but one of the lines that was in the musical was, I just started talking and then I just couldn't stop. And that was a point that Evan had when he was talking to the family of Carson, or whatever his name is. I already forgot about him, but you know what? I really identified with that, basically. When I was younger, if I was in a very stressful situation, I would make up any lie possible to make everybody in the situation happy. Not including me. I would just be awkward and trying not to die. But I really understood where he was coming from. I understood almost every action he took, which was amazing to me, because for most musicals, I'm just like, oh yeah, I don't really understand why they did that one thing, but they were a good character. This one I felt like was real, and that this was based on something like the writer had happened to them, or that they did. It felt very real, and it was a very modern musical. From the video that I watched, it was bootlegged. I'm not going all the way to Broadway to watch this shit. I live across the country from that. Fuck no. But it was a very, very modern musical. I liked their aspects of using Facebook and all these, Twitter and everything, to convey what's happening outside of what we see in the musical. Especially the closing number. The closing number did a really good job in conveying that message. It was good. It was good. And as you can see yesterday, Heathers was another one that I watched fairly recently. Not super recently, but, this year. I really like how the characters were portrayed in that, especially since it came from a movie. And also, oddly enough, Dear Evan Hansen kind of reminds me of 13 Reasons Why. Just a little bit. If you're thinking of getting into it and you haven't, are you just watching this and you're just like, what's this? Dear Evan Hansen is kind of like 13 Reasons Why, but not. Hello, phone. I got rid of Junkrat, by the way. Changes, I know. Other than that, I've been sick. I don't really know what else to say about that. Sick. I'm still kind of sick, but not as bad as you can quite plainly tell, especially from my Night in the Woods recent episode. Oh god, that was bad. Somebody left a comment on there saying that I sounded fine. Obviously, that was the first episode of this you watched, because, sweetheart, that did not go well. That did not bode well for me. What else have I been doing with my life lately? I started a campaign of D&D. D&D is always fun. And I've been watching a lot of The Adventure Zone because if you saw my Level Up vlog, you saw that 2 of my friends were cosplaying Taco and Merle. And I just started watching it because they were just like, here's a link to their things for you can get an idea of our characters. And I'm like, well, fuck. This is now something I've been watching for like 3 days straight, and I'm only on like episode 5. Okay, not episode 5, like episode 15, but there's like, what, 80 of them right now? Jesus. They're all like an hour or 2 long. Anyway. I like D&D. Something just fell over. But I'm okay with this. I'm not going to worry. Because that just happens in my household. I have a household of ghosts. If you ask Naoka Knox of Blasts Off Again, she can quite plainly tell you that if you can see spiritual things, don't come to my house. Speaking of spiritual things, I have been very intent on watching things of the creepy variety as of late. Not helping my case of everything in my house, I know, but a lot of people are stupid. I don't know how to get to this subject clearly, so I was just gonna go to it. A lot of people are stupid when it comes to ghosts. Like, there's a few channels that I watch that are good when it comes about it. Even though they're very ignorant, they're still they have better intentions than a lot of people. But some people are just stupid. Like, if you have reports that there's a demon in the area and that there's a demon in the building you're going to be investigating, you don't antagonize the demon. You can antagonize spirits if you really want to, but it should be known that you just don't antagonize demons. Unlike spirits, they can fuck you up big time. What else can I talk about while I get through all these fuck ton of keys? I'm just going to move some of them while I'm over here. What can I talk about? I'm getting more beta tests under my belt. I have beta tested quite a few games recently, and from the past few years. Paladins was one of them. I don't remember another one because it was an MMO and I don't play it anymore because I was just there for the beta tests. But yeah, I beta test a lot of things. If you need help with any beta testing, let me know. I'm good at finding glitches. Really good at finding glitches as you can. I do things that many people shouldn't in games. And other than that, I have 2 versions of computer. One really crappy and one really fucking good. So, I'm a beta tester's best friend when it comes to games. But I recently I was able to be a part of a slightly different beta testing for board games. And they're some of my favorite board games, which kind of is, like, this board game is hard to explain without giving it away, but it's like D&D, except only in a tavern. You know, normal things. And a few other games by the same company, but you know, board games. Beta testing board games. I never thought I was going to be able to do that. What else can I talk about? Quite recently, I have been expanding what I want to cosplay, and have been thinking of what I could do YouTube-wise to show more of my cosplays and whatnot, or help people. Like, I know a lot of cosplayers do makeup tutorials. What is my mouth? But makeup tutorials and, like, tutorials on how to make costumes and whatnot, but I don't think I'm good at makeup enough, at least enough to do a tutorial on it. I don't do that shit. I can barely do my own makeup, thank you. Huh. Let's go. Come on, Key. Yeah. But I'm really not that good at makeup, and I'm not the best at sewing, so I don't think a tutorial will be any help to anyone, really. I have a nose, I swear. But I've been brainstorming things that I could do. Like, I know one of the things that I would want to do, at least with my repertoire of cosplays and costumes and wigs and whatnot, is start doing sketches, like one-man sketches. They're very popular on YouTube, I've heard. But I wanted to do a few of those because I have quite a few ideas that I would love to turn into these types of sketches. I just kind of need a place to start, and I don't know where. So, speaking of wanting to do things and having nowhere to start, I have a few either animation ideas that I would love to put into play, or sketch is a loose word for this, ideas that I would love to do sometime in the future. Sorry, let me just move a lot of this shit. Okay. Did I use this key yet? No. I've always liked review channels and things of the like of that. I don't think anybody would want me to be a review channel because I think my opinion is jack shit, but I like watching them. I like other people's opinions a lot more than my own. And if you can't tell, I'm not confident in whatever the fuck I do ever. So, that's a surprise to you. You haven't been on this channel long. But I've been watching a lot of review channels, like, especially for musicals, because, oh god, it's horrid to watch musicals, especially Broadway musicals, when you're not, like, on that side of the country, or even in that country, for that matter. So, when watching those types of things, I've been like, oh, I want to talk about musicals, and I've just been so hype about musicals, and that's why the conversation before was the way it was, but you know. I really love musicals. It's one of the things that I've been obsessed with since I was so young. Like, The Wizard of Oz was my childhood. Going to sound really weird, this isn't a musical, but I remembered that it was my childhood, was Clockwork Orange. You can see how fucked up I am in what I watched when I was younger. But the other thing that I was obsessed with when I was younger was Rocky Horror Picture Show. Musicals are a big part of my life. Music is the biggest part of my life. I know that through these videos that I'm putting up, it doesn't really seem that way, but I love music. And I love singing, and I love dancing and performing and doing all of this shit. But I'm not confident in my abilities to do them. Even though I know I can do them. Obviously, people aren't, like, shaming me and laughing at me for doing them, so I'm obviously doing something right, and I'm not doing horribly. But I'm not confident in myself. I've never been really confident in anything I do. My art, not confident. Anything else, really. Oh no, did I lose any of those? Good. I'm not confident in my ability to play video games. I'm confident in my ability to find glitches. But everything else, I'm really not a confident person. I'm very shy, and most of this is performing. Most of what I put onto YouTube is performing and messing up words that are obviously things that I know. But as I stated before, this type of performing isn't me putting on a mask and being somebody else. It's just this type of performing that I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you and just doing everything is literally the me that I know. It's most of my personality is really inside my head. I talk to myself a lot. And not even some of my closest friends really know me. I'm very secretive. I don't like talking about myself, which is why this is really hard to do, and I'm scrambling to find things to talk about because I don't like talking about myself. I really don't. But like any other human being, I do at the same time. Humans are very self-centered creatures, and it's hard when your brain is contradicting what your, genetics tell you to do. It's really hard. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best in everything that I do. I want to further my YouTube everything. I want to get better at what I'm doing. I want to get better at talking to myself in the sense of everybody can hear it talking to myself and not just what I do in the bathroom alone at night at 1 a.m. What? I also want to get better at my comedy. I'm not very good at telling jokes in a consistent manner, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. I'm also very much so into comedy and comedians and stand-up comics and those things. For the longest time, other than wanting to perform and be a mortician, I've wanted to try my hand at comedy and stand-up comedians, and I didn't want to try stand-up comedians. That sounds like cannibalism. I'm not denying that. I really just want to try new things, and although it sounds a bit hypocritical, maybe? No, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but my channel is very different from other channels that I see, at least. I post what I want to post, and my general consensus for this channel is I post what I would want to see on YouTube, be it around 10 minutes in length usually. And this video that I'm creating right now hopefully is something I would want to see. I mean, maybe from somebody else other than me, I would love to see it. I did not ask you to do that, but definitely I don't want to see this for myself. I think I am very uninteresting and very just bland and boring and nobody wants to know about me, but you're your own worst critic. I've learned that from being an artist. You are your own worst critic. And that goes for everything, not just art. So I'm trying to be a bit more open and just general doing everything, because I don't really know how far I'll go in life or what I'll be doing in the next year or so even. Sorry, I'm tearing up a little bit. I don't know why. It just happens sometimes. I'm not getting sentimental, I'm just, I guess, it's the fact that the unknown is right ahead of me. I don't know what's going to happen come year's end. I don't know what my life is going to be like. I don't know. And it's kind of terrifying. It's a lot terrifying. When the world around you is spinning so fast and it seems like everybody knows what they're doing in life. When you're basically alone, or at least you feel alone, and you don't know what to do. It's terrifying, really. Sorry. I'm crying. Yay. But it really is terrifying not knowing what you're doing and not knowing how tomorrow will be. And this video is all over the place for topics, and I apologize for that, but this is how my brain works. You go from subjects to musicals to life discussions. I'm not used to talking like this. I'm not used to talking about my feelings and me in general. So I apologize that this may sound weird and rambly and scattered, because it is. It really is. I'm not used to this. My brain doesn't know what words to use in these situations, and my emotions are just doing whatever the fuck they want right now because I'm crying and I don't know why. And I hate it. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you feel like I do, and you're just lost and lonely and don't know what's going to happen, please try not to worry. It'll be okay. It really will. Because you got videos like this of me putting a bunch of fucking keys into a lock and trying to figure out which one works while I talk about random shit that's on my mind. Or you have other videos like on my channel that are speed paints or creepypastas or other YouTubers that you can go to and just watch and be fine with and just forget about the world for a little bit. The world is a big, scary place. But just know that even though it is a big, scary place, and we are all minuscule specks in the universe, that we all matter. We all are here for a purpose. What that purpose is up to you. I want my purpose to be making people happy and just letting them smile and forget the world for a while. I want my purpose to be helpfulness and helping people in need. I really want to help a lot of people. I don't know how I can do that just yet, but I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest. I think I lost the key. I did. Hopefully it wasn't that key. But I really am trying my hardest to figure out what I want from my own life. And I want to be a person that people can come and talk to. Oh, I unlocked it! I unlocked it! And I still have a bunch of fucking keys left. But what I was trying to say is I want to be a person that people can come and talk to, even if you don't know me, and just have a safe space to talk about something. I know that I wish I could do that with some people, with a lot of people actually, but I'm scared. I'm scared to talk to people. And if you ever feel the same way, just know that you're not alone. And if you really do need to talk to somebody, I'm there for you, okay? I'll be there for you. Be it today, tomorrow, a few years from now, my point stands true. I just want to be there for somebody. A stranger or anybody. I took a lot of time playing this game. Well, this has been a lot of fucking keys. Thank you all for watching and hearing my ramblings and my everything that I was doing while trying to make this game entertaining. It's not really a game, so... Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope you had a wonderful time and you enjoyed my very much so jarbled ramblings. I hope they were entertaining. I hope that you can find your answers and hopefully you can be a little bit better than me at talking to people. Well, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.